Hi, my name is Michelle Anderson, and today I'm going to speak to you about to be or not to be organic. Now, who here has heard of the word organic? Put your hand up. Okay. Who here has ever purchased an organic product? Keep them up. Okay. Who here thinks that everyone should be 100% organic? Okay. Now that everyone's hands are down, I too thought at one point that going organic was just for the crunchy people or the tree huggers, that kind of person. But through a lot of research that I've done, I've found out that being organic is actually a great idea. I've done a great deal of research over the past couple of years about organic products. I was in a nutrition class. We had a whole unit on organics. And I also have a family farm in upper state Michigan, which is an organic dairy farm. So I have the inside scoop on what it's like to be organic farmers. My goal for you today is to talk with you and give you some information about being organic and the choices that you make every single day, product use and food consumption. We'll talk about what is organic, what is not organic, and how organic can benefit you and the environment. First of all, let's define organic. What is that? Organic means that if you're growing food, you don't use any chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, you don't alter the natural cycle. It's completely natural growing. According to an article by the Mayo Clinic, the U.S. Department of the United States has established an organic certification program that requires all organic foods to meet strict government standards. These standards regulate how such foods are grown, handled, and processed. Basically, that means that our United States government has an organization that keeps a strict tab on how organic is grown, how it's processed, and how it gets to you, the consumer. Now let's define non-organic. Growing non-organic means that you use chemicals, herbicides, pesticides, you use hormone injections, you alter the natural cycle and the natural growth process of food and products. It also includes genetic engineering, etc. The EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, on their website, they even admit, by their very nature, most pesticides create some risk of harm, some risk of harm. Pesticides can cause harm to humans, animals, and the environment because they're designed to kill or otherwise negatively affect living organisms. So let's talk about the benefits of organic to you, the consumer. First of all, you're not ingesting chemicals. Chemicals are also absorbed through your skin. So you may wash the apple that you eat and that has pesticides on the outside, but also if you, the shampoo that you use, the makeup that you put on, the lotion that you put on your skin, all of that is absorbed into your skin. Those chemicals are getting into your body, and your body has to process them through. Their body's not used to these chemicals. They have to work harder through your liver and other organs to expel them out of your body. And this also means that your body's working harder, so your immune system isn't as strong as it could be. I have a personal story of a lady that I lived with. She was diagnosed with cancer, and she decided that instead of doing chemo treatments, she was going to fight the cancer in the natural way. She had a doctor in New York who had her on an extremely strict diet. There was no sugar, no processed foods, absolutely no no soy, and she had to do citrus cleanses and everything. And being on this diet, she still had cancer in her body, but it kept it at bay for 10 years. Diet alone, eating all organic products alone, kept her alive for 10 years. Also, you're not messing with hormones when you are eating organic. A lot of times, what milk producers will do is they will inject their cows with BGH, which is a bovine growth hormone. This makes the cows produce more milk, but this hormone also gets into the milk. A cow's system is designed to flush everything out through their milk. So there are definitely arguments for and against this issue, but there is an argument that the more hormones that young children are ingesting, the earlier they sexually develop. So there's lots of things going on with that too. So how can organic benefit the environment? Well, organic farming is designed to benefit the environment by reducing pollution and conserving water and soil. On the website organic.com, the #1 reason to go organic was that because it reduces the toxic load in the air, in the water, in the soil. The first thing that happens when there's chemicals and pesticides used on plants and produce is that there's runoff from the plants that goes into the water, can get into aquifers, drinking water. It also is absorbed in the soil. If you use organic also, you don't create super pests. Now, what's a super pest? I talked to John Cordes, who's a viticulturist in Connecticut. That means he grows and operates a vineyard, and he talked to me about the pesticides that he uses. Unfortunately, he can't go organic because of the climate of New England, but what he has to do is the pesticide that he uses on his plants one season, he can't use again the second season, because what happens is that all the pests that were surviving the previous pesticide use, the ones that survive have grown stronger. They can fight the pesticide that's used, which means that they will reproduce, producing more pests that are resistant to the pesticide, which either means that you have to change your pesticide every season, and John also changes his within a season, or you have to hit the plants with more and more and more pesticide, which just means more and more runoff into the ground, into the soil. The movie Food, Inc., which I would highly recommend to anyone, exposes the meat production in America. It's the Upton Sinclair of the 21st century, say. It exposes the disgusting treatment of animals in non-organic farms. Cows, chickens, beef, all the hidden practices that you'll see in America. There's also a story on meat. All the beef that's put together is actually washed in ammonium, which is toxic to humans, but it's washed in ammonium because of so much E. coli that they have in the meat. There's also a certain percentage of bugs and animal parts that are allowed in processing in non-organic facilities. So let's talk about how you can go organic. We've covered the why, but what about where? You can get organic products from Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and even major grocery stores carry organic products. How? How can you go organic? I would suggest starting slowly. It's expensive, so you have to budget it in. Set minor goals. When you're shopping, look for the organic products first, and do a certain percentage of your groceries organic. When do you start going organic? Why not now? So unfortunately, there isn't enough time to fully go into the details of how organic can benefit you, but I'm glad we got to touch on a little bit. After talking about the definitions of organic and non-organic, I hope you now know the difference and how each lifestyle affects you and the environment. I certainly trust that this information shared today will get you at least thinking about the options that you have, if not starting to go organic today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy to be or not to be organic. Thank you.